Did you know that supermarket apples can be a year old? Those fresh apples aren't all that fresh. They're usually picked between August and November, covered in wax, hot air dried, and sent into cold storage. After 6 to 12 months, they finally land on your grocery store shelves. Did you know that Snoop Dogg's real name is Cortazar Calvin Broadus Jr.? His Snoop Dogg nickname came from his mother, who thought he looked like Snoopy from Peanuts. Did you know that plastic grass and takeout sushi has historical roots? That's not for decor. Placing leaves in between foods like fish and rice is a centuries-old practice in Japanese cuisine. This is called heron, and it's done to preserve the natural flavors of the ingredients and to prevent scents from transferring and commingling. Did you know that there is such an expansive collection of books under the British Library in their archive that if a person could read 5 books per day, it would take 80,000 years to complete? Did you know that Abraham Lincoln was a wrestling champion? Before taking a seat at the office, Abraham Lincoln was once known as a great wrestler and has won many awards from his time in the ring. One of his most famous matches was with his rival Jack Armstrong. Did you know that there is a world championship for throwing mobile phones? This championship has been held annually since the year 2000 in Finland. The sport is judged based on the participant's length of throw and his performance, or technique. World placeholder Tom Philip Reinhardt has a record distance of 136.75 meters. Did you know that bumper cars were not supposed to hit each other? Drivers were actually supposed to avoid crashing in spite of chaotic driving. The first company to patent a bumper car was in 1920 named Dodgem. Did you know that your dog could be left or right-pawed? There have been a few studies around this, and it turns out that just like us, dogs have a preferred hand to lead with. You can find out whether your dog is left or right-pawed by giving them their favorite toy or interactive game, and seeing which paw they use to help them first. Did you know that fake ambulances are hired in Russia by the wealthy? They use this as a taxi for a faster and more convenient way of getting to their destinations. These vehicles can be hired for approximately $200 an hour. Did you know that in 2012, a man wore 60 shirts and 9 pairs of jeans on an 11.5-hour flight from China to Africa because he didn't want to pay the extra baggage fee? Did you know that, although GPS is free for the world to use, it costs $2 million per day to operate? The money comes from American tax revenue. Did you know that you can gain calories by licking stamps? Licking one stamp makes you consume 1/10 of a calorie. If you were to lick 3,000 stamps a day, that would equate to about 16 chicken nuggets from McDonald's. Did you know that the distance from your wrist to your elbow is the same length as your foot? The length of your thumb is equal to the length of your nose, and the bottom of your nose to outside corner of your eye is equal to length of your ear. Did you know that sumo wrestlers often make babies cry for good luck? This is based on the Japanese belief that if a sumo wrestler can make a baby cry, then that person will lead a healthy life. Did you know that the strangers you see in your dreams, you have definitely seen them somewhere in your real life? Because the brain cannot create a new face. Did you know that the females of the kangaroo species have a total of 3 vaginas? The 2 side ones carry the sperm into the uteruses, as male marsupials often have 2-pronged penises. The middle vagina is where the joey comes out from. Did you know that knowing how to speak Russian is a requirement to become an international astronaut? The International Space Station has operations in Russian and will not provide a translator during the job. Most new astronauts claim that learning a new language is the most difficult part of the job. Did you know that 23% of all photocopier problems are caused by people sitting on them? People from all over the world cause machine difficulties by making copies of their buttocks. Sitting on the machines is also dangerous for the person because they emit ozone into the air. Constant exposure to this could irritate the eyes and respiratory tract. Did you know that The longest human neck is over 7 inches? The longest human necks extend to 7.7 inches, belonging to women in the Pathan tribe in the highlands of northwestern Thailand. This is about twice the length of an average human neck. As a cultural practice, the tribe fashions heavy brass rings on a female's neck from the ages of 5 to 9, and add more as she ages. Did you know that NASCAR drivers lose weight while racing because of the high temperatures during a race? The average driver can lose up to 10 pounds worth of weight by sweating. A race car regularly reaches temperatures of 170 degrees despite the built-in ventilation.